want to move on to the solution of the last work practice I gave you. If you're having x raised to power 1 over 2 is equal to 2. Now you realize if you're having a fractional power, the denominator of the power can be used to find the root. So that means this x raised to power 1 over 2 is same thing as the square root of x is equal to 2. So now if you're having the square root of x is equal to 2. So to remove this square root, since we want only x to be on this side, this square root, whenever it crosses equality sign, it will now change to what? Square. So that means you now have x is equal to 2 raised to power 2. So now x will now be equal to 2 raised to power 2 is what? 2 times 2, which will give us 4. Number 2, we having 2x raised to power 3 equals 54. 2x raised to power 3 equals 54. So now, first of all, we need to remove the coefficient of this x cube. So by dividing both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, now, so that means you divide both sides by 2, so that you are left with what? X raised to power 3 this side. 54 divided by 2 will now give us 27. Now, we want only x to be on this side. Since we require only x this side, we need to remove this cube. Whenever cube is crossing equality sign, it will change to the opposite sign, which is for a root. So that means cube will now turn to what? Is cube root of 27. So the cube root of 27, the same number you multiply 3 times, that will give us 27, will give us 3. So the value for x here is what? 3. So let's move on to the third question, which is 2r raised to power minus 3 is equal to minus 6. 2r raised to power minus 3 is equal to minus 6. First of all, let's remove the coefficient of this r, which is 2, by dividing both sides by 2. When you divide both sides by 2, so that what? These 2 will cancel to the remaining r raised to power minus 3 here. Minus 16 divided by 2 will give us minus 8. Now, we need to remove this negative power. So, and we said that when anytime you are having a negative power, it will not be the reciprocal of the positive power. So that means it will not be what? 1 over r raised to power 3. By rewriting this, you know we have removed the negative power, is equal to minus 8. Now, if you are having minus 8 this side, now we need to cross multiply. Let's bring this r raised to power 3 to this side. When you bring it to this side, so that means you have 1 is equal to minus 8r raised to power 3. So we want only r to be here. So since we want only r to be here, you divide both sides by minus 8. So minus 8 will cancel minus 8 here. Remaining r raised to power 3 is equal to 1 over minus 8. So from there, you now have minus 1 over 8 equals r raised to power 3. Same thing as saying r raised to power 3 equals minus 1 over 8. We need to remove this cube. When we are removing this cube, when it comes here, now come what? Cube roots. So that means we need to get r. So that means we need for the cube root of minus 1 over 8. So to look for the cube root of minus 1 over 8 will give us minus 1 over 2. Now let's move further to number 4. Number 4 is 4 raised to power c minus 1 equals 64. 4 raised to power c minus 1 equals 64. Same thing as saying 4 raised to power c minus 1 equals 4 raised to power 3. 64 is same thing as 4 raised to power 3. Now, we can having the same constant number, so that means we can equate the powers from here. Since we have the same constant number here, so we can just equate the power. So when you equate the power, we are having c minus 1 is equal to 3. So to want only c to be on this side, this minus 1 will come to this side. And you know that anytime a negative a sign crosses to the opposite side, crossing an equality sign, it will change to the opposite sign. So minus will now come to this side, will now become plus. So we are having c is equal to 3. So this minus will now turn to plus when it crosses the equality sign, then plus 1. So that means we are having c is equal to 3 plus 1 will give us 4. So now let's move on to the fifth question. Number 5. So number 5 is 8 raised power x minus 1 is equal to 16. 8 raised to power x minus 1 equals 16. Now, this 8 is same thing as saying 2 raised to power 3. You know, already x minus 1 is there already, so put it in a bracket, is equal to 16, same thing as 2 raised to power 4. Since both of these on these two sides, you are having the same constant number, you can easily equate their powers. So when equating their powers, so that means you can say 3 into bracket x minus 1 is equal to this 4. So what you just bring out is their powers. So now you open the bracket here. 3 times x will give us 3x minus 3 times 1 will give us 3 is equal to 4. So since, to help us better, we need to remove this number here. Whenever minus crosses to this side, it now change to plus. Then we are having 3. So now have of 3x is equal to 4 plus 3 will give us 7. What we are looking for here really is what? X. So we need to divide both sides by 3. When you divide both sides by 3, so 3 cancel 3 here, remaining x, then is equal to 7 over 3. You can do this to mix fraction, which is same thing as what? How many 3 and 7? 2, remainder 1 over 3. Now let's go to the sixth question, which is 5x is equal to 40 x raised to power minus 3 over 2. 5x is equal to 40x raised to power minus 3 over 2. So first of all, to make it easier, let's divide both sides by 5. So when you divide both sides by 5, cancel 5 remaining x. 40 divided by 5 is what? 8. X raised to power minus 3 over 2. So because of this negative power, let's change this x to a positive power. So we say it will have what? Change to the what? It will be the reciprocal of the positive power. So the same thing as saying 3 x raised to power 3 over 2, same thing as 1 over x raised to power 3 over 2. You know, this negative power will change to a positive power. So you have an x, this is still 8. Relationship between this 8 and this is 3 times. Are you following me? So you having x is equal to 8 times 1 over x raised to power 3 over 2. So same thing as saying x is equal to 8 times 1 will give us 8 over 3 raised to power 3 over 2. So from here, we are going to cross multiply. When you cross multiply, you have x times x raised to power 3 over 2 is equal to 8. Now, you realize that since the law of indices says that anytime we have times, what you do is just multiply their power. Though this x means x raised to power 1. So you add the power of this one and this 3 over 2. So that means you have x raised to power 1 plus 3 over 2 is equal to what you are still having here is what? 8. So this is a fraction. So you know this same thing as saying this one whole number is same thing as 1 over 1. So the LCM of 1 and 2 will give us 2. How many? You know the denominator of this one is what? 1, right? So that means 1 in 2 is what? 2. 2 times 1 is what? 2. Plus, how many 2 and 2? 1. 1 times 3 is what? 3. So that means you have x raised to power 2 plus 3 over 2 is equal to 8. So these 2 plus 3 will give us what? It will give us 5 over 2. X raised to power 5 over 2 is equal to 8. You know, if we are having a fractional power, so the denominator of the power is used to look for the root. So that means these 2, the denominator here, you use it to look for the root is equal to root of x raised to power. The power, the numerator will still be there, 5 is equal to 8. So we will now make this square root to cross the equality sign. Anytime any sign crosses equality sign, it will change to the opposite sign. So that means we have x raised to power 5 is equal to this square root will now become a square. So that means we have x raised to power 5 is equal to the square of 8 is what? 8 times 8 will give us 64. So now from here, you realize that this 5, x raised to power 5 is equal to 64. This 5, we will now use it to fully for the what? You see, this x raised to power 5 happy. Whenever it comes to this, we want to make it to cross the equality sign. It will now become a root. So x is equal to the fifth root of what? 64. So what is the fifth root of 64? So now, so that means you have x is equal to this 64 is same thing as 2 raised to power 6. We cannot easily find the fifth root of 64, right? So to make it easier, we can say since we don't want to leave it as a root like this, we can make it what? Become a fractional power. So that means same thing, x is equal to 2 raised to power 6 over 5. Thank you.